Beware Maria. Maria talks about life, talks about people, talks about literature, about music, about art, about earth, about a lot of things that have relation between them or no relation at all. Maria likes talking, so she found a place to do it. I hope you are well today. Beware. And beware everybody with this heat. I hope you are all happy and hydrated, and we're going to start with some good music, and I'll tell you all the good stuff later. This was Did You See My Budgie by Funny Around the Lake. And the album is called Il Paradiso and it's beautiful and I like it very much. But I didn't know what was a budgie. So I had to check it. And a budgie is a budgerigar. And a budgerigar is in American. It's what we call a parakeet. Then I know what it is. And apparently, I had no idea about this. Budgerigars, these budgies are the third most popular pets around the world because they're small and they're cheap and they mimic human speech and they're cute. After the dog and the cat, there's the parakeets. Budgies are nomadic flock parakeets that have been bred in captivity since the 19th century. The things one learn when you do radio. But I wasn't here to talk to you about parakeets. I was going to talk about the fact that I had my birthday a few days ago. And I had, yes, I'm not going to tell you how many years, but I can say it was a lot of years. And I actually don't feel them. I don't feel like that. I feel like I'm 30. I'm repetition. After 30, it's repetition of 30 all the time. And that feels good. And I promise it's true. I'm not joking. Perhaps it's because of the things I do, the things I think, I don't, or mix the kinds of people I go with, a mix of everything. But I had prepared a speech for my 50th birthday, now you know. And I forgot to do it because I had such a good time. I was enjoying my time so much that I forgot to give any speeches and I couldn't care less. And I thought, okay, I could give it in the radio. And I did complete it with more stuff that I prepare. So I can give it here. There was a movie that I started to think about when I was thinking about my birthday, and that was a movie by David Lynch called The Straight Story, and that I'm going to recommend. It's a movie from 1999, and it tells a story of a man who is, I don't know how old, is an old man who goes from Iowa to Mount Zion, which is a long distance, riding his lawnmower because he doesn't have at that moment anything else to ride in. He can't drive and he wants to visit his brother who has been diagnosed with some kind of disease, and he wants to go and see him and reconcile with him. So he decides that the only way to do it is to climb in his lawnmower and do the trip and all the things that happen on the way. Beautiful movie, special thing, lesson learning kind of stuff that I was having very present on that day, but not so much so that I would have it so present that I would talk about it. Use what you have. You have a lawnmower, use it, jump on it, ride on it. And this is what I wanted to say. You may not like it, you may not want to do it, but today is the week of my birthday and I got to talk about a few things that I have learned over the years of my life. There are many. So use what you have. Use what you have. Use everything. Use the positive emotions and use the negative emotions. Use your car, use your house, use your lawnmower and jump on things. Because everything is usable and your tiredness is usable. And when you stumble with your accent, it's probably usable because it can make you distinctive at the same time. And when I teach confidence, or I teach people how to speak in public, of course, may not be the person with the best British accent, and I do stumble and I just struggle with the accent, but I tell you, I come across as myself. I can speak with passion about things, and people like to listen to me because I'm passionate about the things I choose to talk about. Make the most of what you have. And yeah, that is something that it can take time to realize how you can make the most of it. But actually, just make the most of what you have. Even the things that don't look like you're going to be able to make anything out of that. For example, I'm going to give that a few examples that are not necessarily related to me, but person who is always complaining. Oh, I'm complaining because I want to do something else. I want to do something else that is not the job I'm doing. And my job, I'm so low paid. I don't like the job I'm doing. That pay me so low. Well, maybe that is an advantage. That is to your advantage. It will make you jump out of that job to do something else. If you were very well paid in a job you don't like, maybe it will trap you a little bit more. Example. Make the most of what you have in that moment. Maybe in the place you are learning something that is going to be essential for what you're going to be later. Maybe being tired in this moment or being hot in this moment is going to take you to another place. If you decide to jump, the thing is that you must be available, able, capable, decide to jump. And if you cannot jump, you can always do smaller steps towards some direction in which you are connected to what you want. Examples. People, I've seen this lately in my job a lot as a social worker. After COVID, I'm finding more and more conversations I'm having with people who are saying to me that they have no friends. I have no friends. I have no friends. I have no friends. And it is the fault of the others. It is the fault of the others because they don't want me my friends. Dear. And then I go to another person and I hear the same story and I have no friends, and it's because the others don't want me. And sometimes some of the strategies that you think that are going to give you friends are probably not the ones in which you are risking to be rejected. And this is something that I think is very, very important. And I have learned, and I had to learn. Learn to be rejected. Learn to be okay with rejection. Who says that? J.K. Rowling says, my book was rejected and rejected. Every time you are rejected, you are one step closer to being approved, or maybe you are one step closer to realizing this is not for you. And maybe you should change and you are going to do another thing that's best for you. However, I have no friends. I don't know how to make friends, and people don't want to be my friend. And another thing is I compare myself with the neighbors. I see that the neighbors are having more friends than me and that they have more social life than me. Okay, have you tried going to your neighbors? Have you tried getting close to your neighbor? Have you ring the bell of your neighbors and invited them in? Stuff like that. What was it I did? It was last year. And it is not that I'm going to put myself now as an example of the epitome of the friendly person who is the best at making friends, because for many years I wasn't. But this is for me an example of dare to be rejected. I was looking for a flat to live, and that was during lockdown, and it was in a new area. I knew nothing about that. And I arrived and the letting agency had let me down. They forgot about me and I was waiting and nobody turned up. And after about 10 minutes of wait, there's a guy arrives and he asks me, are you waiting for something? Are you looking for something? We start to converse, and it turns out that he's another musician, and he tells me that he plays guitar, and I say, oh, I'm a singer. So we start talking about other things. So if I had taken that flat, I would have been probably the neighbor in front of him and his flatmate. There was no way that I could visit the flat at that moment, but we were somehow engaged in conversation. Then it turns out that another person passed in front of us, and it was really nice because it was in the lockdown, the time that you are not used to talk to more than one person at the same time, or not even to anybody. And this guy passed by, and I was introduced to him, and he was a pianist. and we were chatting for a very short while, but I felt that was a really cool energy. I was like, oh, how nice. If we get locked and we can't leave the building, at least we have a pianist, a drummer, a guitarist and a singer together in the same building. That sounds good. That is an incentive to move here, although I haven't seen the flat yet. So finally, okay, I left and I thought I will visit this flat on another day. But then I found another flat that was more convenient for me, and I decided not to go and see that one, because I was not going just to go and see it because these people lived on it, because the distance was much greater. However, I felt, oh, what a shame. Those people were nice. I don't know people in the area. I have no friends in the area. We are in a pandemic. Why not? I bought a card and I wrote a nice card saying, hey, it was really nice to chat with you. I didn't get the flat in the end, but if you would like to go out for drinks in the future, whenever this is lifted, I'll be very happy to do so. And this is my website, this is my SoundCloud, so you can listen to my music, and this is me. And I dropped it. I didn't know exact number. I forgot the flat number, so I just dropped it to what I thought it was the name of the person. And I got no reply. Okay, fine, no reply. I think you have to do this kind of thing as an exercise for yourself many times. Do this many times. Do this because this is a way to get people that has an affinity with you. And even if you are refused, and even if people don't reply, it doesn't matter. The more you do it, the less worried you're going to be about people replies or people not reply. And you can also be surprised by the number of people who would step forward and say, hey, yes, go do it. As for today, it was only recently when I got a reply, when I thought I had been totally rejected and ignored. It was that he didn't know where he had put the card, which means, okay, it was not on your number one priority, but you hadn't lost it. You say, okay, when the restrictions are lifted, yeah, let's go meet for some drinks. So I don't know if this will happen or not, but open possibilities for yourself. Do it yourself. It is important. It is important that we learn to approach others and that we learn to be told no or to be told nothing, because then we should go to the next door. There is another person that we might be interested in meeting and that we will be very happy to meet us. More people I find, another type I find it as I work, is the older person, not necessarily very old, person in their 60s, under 70s, who are really devastated because their children don't visit to them anymore. But I think we deserve some music before I speak about this. This is Hear the Stars for You, from the same band, Til Paradiso, Funny Around the Lake. Okay, so my children don't visit me, or my children don't visit me as much as I would like, or my children don't visit me as much as they visit the neighbor. This is what I'm listening. I know this is going to sound a bit harsh, and this is not what I would ever tell a savvy user, but it is what I'm going to say here. Find other children. You love your children, okay? Love them, but let them be. You did not have children so that they grow up and come and visit you. I didn't have children so that they grow up and visit me. I have one child. He's not visiting me, really. He visited me, he saw me once this year, up to now. Am I downhearted? I promise I'm not. People visit the time they want to visit you. They want to be with you more. They will be more with you. And dragging unto them the feeling of, oh no, you are not good enough, you don't see me, is the last thing you want to do, to take people to see you. So that's not going to work. And sitting on the sofa and feeling bad and lamenting and not doing nothing and repeating to yourself how sad you're going to be because your children don't visit. I know it can be sad. I understand it can be sad. I can participate of that. Don't let yourself be run down by that. Have a life full of things. There's a lot of people. Understand that your family is your family you make. You make a family with the people you choose and the people who choose you. Okay? Your children didn't choose you. Your children can choose to visit you. Fill your life with things you love to do, with people you love. Okay? You love your children. Yes. We cannot drag them to you by telling them that they must, or by telling them how bad they are because they are not visiting you as much as they should. That feels oppressive just to hear it. Find other children. I'm not saying it in like substitute, replace the love that you have for your children. Of course you love your children. Find other young people to support. There are organizations that you can volunteer for example. Get busy with other people. Get more love from other places. Maybe that will not only make you be more fulfilled, but also your children may wonder, oh, what's mom, what's dad doing? Oh, they're caring for other people. Oh, well, maybe it's time to see them. They are getting too busy with other children. They're getting too entertained. Who else are they into? Who else do they love? And I'm not saying promote jealousy, but keep yourself busy, keep your heart busy, keep your social life interesting, because you cannot move others towards you. You cannot do that, but you can fill your life with people if you want. And if you don't know how, you can always go to organizations. Ask for a befriender to spend time with you, or you become the befriender. Give back, and you'll find yourself a lot more complete and a lot less worried about this lack of visits from your children. And I think that is very important, and that's the way I've chosen to live my life. So I do have a number of children now in that sense, and I feel really good about it. And that is what makes me feel so present, that sometimes I forget my speeches when I'm going to give them, that I get so thrilled when I receive flowers that I go like, oh my God, flowers, they're amazing. Like if I was a little girl, and I see many things like that are new every time. So it's not like I was 30, but probably less, every year and every year and every year, again and again. Have a good week.